Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty wild. What if a city, a whole city, could act like a living thing? Imagine it using AI as its nervous system to, defend itself during a disaster. We're talking about managing a crisis in real time on a scale that's, well, it's just never been seen before. Yeah, let's just start with that question right there. Think about it. What if a city's technology was so smart, so fast, that it didn't just warn you about an earthquake, but it started managing the response before you even felt the ground shake? This goes way beyond a simple alert on your phone. We're talking about a city that automatically, preemptively defends itself. Okay, so how on earth would this all work? Well, here's our game plan. We're going to look at the first warning, how it predicts the damage, how it manages the human side of things, the automated rescue systems, and finally, how it all ties together in the city's nervous system. All right, first up, the first warning. And let me be clear, this is not about some app buzzing in your pocket. Nope. The real action starts the instant seismic waves hit the sensors. We're talking about a few seconds, maybe just a few, before anyone even feels a thing. And that tiny, tiny window, that's when the AI goes into overdrive. And here's what's absolutely mind-blowing. The AI doesn't just, send out a warning. No way. The second it gets that signal, it fires up this massive, multi-layered simulation engine. It's already modeling how buildings will react, where people will be, and how to manage all the emergency services. The city's defense has already kicked in before the disaster has even truly started. Okay, next up, predicting the damage. This is the AI's #1 job in those first few moments. Figure out what's going to break and where. In those precious seconds, it's running thousands, maybe millions of simulations to basically create a live map of what's about to happen to the entire city. And it does this in a really smart, methodical way. Step 1, it's constantly pulling in data from every single building. Step 2, it runs a ton of simulations to see which ones might collapse. And step 3, it takes all that info and slaps it onto a 3D map of the city so you can see the real-world impact. It's basically taking just mountains of data and turning it into a super clear danger map. And the amount of information this thing is processing, it's just incredible. It's not just looking at how old a building is, it's analyzing live data from sensors inside the structure. It knows about material decay. It even understands the building's unique vibration signature. It's even looking at how the building sits on the soil and what happened to it in past earthquakes. It knows everything. So let's make this a bit more real. Take two totally different buildings. On one hand, you've got a big 12-story hospital built on soft soil. The AI is busy calculating, okay, what's the chance the foundation gives way and this thing comes down? But then you've got an old brick building in the historic district. For that one, the AI is modeling something different. How far is the debris going to fly? And it's creating a digital hazard zone around it. See? It's a completely tailored prediction for every single building. And these predictions have this huge domino effects, right? A tower that's predicted to collapse isn't just a building problem anymore. Suddenly, it's a massive traffic nightmare. The AI instantly gets it. Okay, these two major roads are about to be blocked. And so it starts rerouting ambulances and fire trucks before a single brick has even hit the ground. Okay, so this all builds, right? We've gone from predicting broken buildings to the next absolutely critical piece of the puzzle, managing the human impact. We're talking about the medical response because, a city isn't just concrete and steel, it's people. So to handle the human side of things, the AI takes that damage map and meshes it with live data from every single hospital. And it's looking at, well, everything. How many injuries to expect in each neighborhood, how long it'll take to get to a hospital, which ones have open beds, which ones have trauma surgeons ready to go. It's even looking at ICU capacity and blood supply levels. It's an incredible level of detail. And this kind of analysis leads to some really chilling predictions. For example, the AI sees a hospital right next to a collapsed apartment building and calculates, wow, it's about to get hit with 4 times its normal patient load in just 30 minutes. If you don't manage that, that is pure chaos. And then, at the exact same time, the system flags another problem. There's another big hospital, totally fine, no damage, but it's completely cut off by blocked roads. So now you've got one hospital that's totally swamped and another one that's perfectly good, but useless because no one can get to it. The crisis just got a whole lot worse. So, what's the AI's move? Well, it doesn't just stick to some old, dusty emergency plan. That would have failed already. No, it adapts in real time.
It spots a suburban clinic that's pretty quiet, and bam! It instantly turns it into a new mass triage center. It starts diverting ambulances there immediately. It's literally creating a brand new medical network on the fly.
Okay, so the damage is predicted, the medical response is getting organized. What's next? Well, now the AI starts to deploy its physical assets, its boots on the ground, or maybe its rotors in the air. The second the AI identifies a danger zone, swarms of autonomous drones lift off. They're not waiting for some person in a control room to hit a button. They just go. They are the AI's eyes and ears out there, giving it an instant live feed of the most dangerous spots in the city.
And we're not just talking about your standard camera drones here. Oh no, these things are kitted out. They've got thermal cameras to find survivors, LiDAR scanners that use lasers to build 3D maps of the rubble, sensors for gas leaks, and even analyzers that can tell if a damaged building is about to collapse. They can even talk to people on the ground through built-in speakers.
And because they work together as a swarm, they can do things that would take human teams hours just to get started. They can create digital no-go zones over dangerous buildings. They map out where fires are starting. They act as guides for ambulances through all the chaos. And they can even drop medical supplies to people who are cut off. Some can even project a safe path on the ground for people to follow. It's just incredible.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. How does all this stuff actually work together? You've got building analysis, traffic, hospitals, drones. How do they all coordinate? Well, it's because they're all plugged into one single unified system.
And this right here is the key to the whole thing. This unified AI platform. Think of it exactly like a nervous system for the city. It's one central brain that is feeling, processing, and reacting to millions of things happening all over the city, all at the exact same time.
And this brain is just constantly drinking from a fire hose of information. You can see a big chunk of it is sensor signals, but it's also pulling in data on how the city's infrastructure is holding up. It's tracking GPS from cars and buses. It's even scanning social media for police for help. And it takes all of that, checks it against its emergency plans, and makes the best possible decision every single time.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The whole point of a system like this isn't just to be a little bit faster or a little more efficient. The goal is to optimize the safety of millions of people all at once. That's a complete game changer for what we think of as urban safety. It is a pretty powerful and honestly kind of awe-inspiring vision for our future, isn't it? The idea of a city that doesn't just survive a disaster, but actively fights back to protect the people inside it. It really makes you wonder, is this what it's going to mean to build a truly smart, safe, and resilient city in the future? And that's our explainer for today. Thanks so much for watching.